BritBox, dedicated to offering viewers the opportunity to see it differently with British TV. Streaming original series, Jane Austen dramas, Agatha Christie mysteries, and more. At BritBox.com.
Detention camp has been ruled a homicide by the El Paso, Texas medical examiner. 3 people have died in custody in the last 2 months at the tent facility. It's located at Fort Bliss Army Base, but run by a private contractor. Angela Kocherga with member station KTEP joins us with more. Hi.
Hi, Juana.
Hi. So, Angela, give us just some of the details from the autopsy report.
Well, the autopsy shows 55-year-old Geraldo Lunas Campos died of asphyxia due to neck and torso compression. The medical examiner cited reports that said witnesses saw Lunas Campos become unresponsive while he was being restrained. And the autopsy also noted his medical history includes a bipolar disorder and anxiety, and a toxicology report shows the presence of medication used for treatment.
And what has ICE said about this death, as well as that medical examiner's report?
Well, the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees ICE, did not comment on the homicide ruling in an emailed response to questions today. ICE originally said Lunas Campos died while in medical distress, but did not provide details and said the death was under investigation. Now, later, DHS issued a statement that said Lunas Campos tried to take his own life and, quote, violently resisted security staff when they intervened to save him, adding during a struggle he stopped breathing and lost consciousness. And DHS also included information about his criminal record in the email, and so did ICE when they reported the death originally.
And what has the reaction been to the declaration that this was a homicide?
Well, human rights organizations have been in contact with people inside the detention camp, and they've been sounding the alarm for months about conditions, including alleged medical neglect, lack of enough food, and physical abuse. Charlotte Weiss is a staff attorney with the Texas Civil Rights Project who regularly visits people detained at the camp in El Paso.
The medical examiner's report that Geraldo's death was a homicide completely dispels the government's claim that this was a suicide. For months, the Texas Civil Rights Project and partners have reported and documented Fort Bliss's excessive use of force.
Now, the facility is at Fort Bliss, but it's run by a private contractor. It opened last August and has a capacity for up to 5,000 people. The deaths have led to more calls to shut down the place. Jenna Garcia was among those who turned out for a recent vigil for immigrants who've died in custody.
I have just been so angry to see what they're doing, that they picked El Paso is to build the largest detention center in the country. It's going to get bigger. More and more people are going to suffer and die, unfortunately.
ICE does have plans to expand detention space in El Paso and elsewhere across the country by building new facilities to carry out the Trump administration's mass deportation effort.
And last thing, Angela, what is next as far as an investigation into the deaths of people detained at the detention camp?
Well, ICE says Lunas Campos and another man's death at the tent facility last week, described as, quote, a presumed suicide, are both under investigation. There was a third case that involved a man who died in December in a hospital where he was treated for a medical condition. That's not under investigation. DHS in a statement today said, quote, ICE takes seriously the health and safety of all those detained in our custody, and that this is still an active investigation and more details are forthcoming. Now, the federal government is trying to deport 2 detainees quoted in media reports, media stories, saying they witnessed Lunas Campos in an altercation with staff when he died. And lawyers for those men, one is from El Salvador, the other from Cuba, will be in federal court next week trying to extend an injunction to keep them in the country until they can give depositions.
Angela Kocherga with member station KTEP, thanks.
Thank you.
This month, a trove of literary classics, films, cartoons, music, and visual art, all from 1930, entered the public domain. This means that people can use these materials without copyright restrictions. NPR's Chloe Veltman reports on an annual competition that invites filmmakers from around the world to breathe new life into these often long-forgotten artworks.
One of the most unusual of the treasures to enter the public domain this month is King of Jazz. The experimental musical film from 1930 centers on one of
invites filmmakers from around the world to breathe new life into these often long-forgotten artworks.
One of the most unusual of the treasures to enter the public domain this month is King of Jazz. The experimental musical film from 1930 centers on one of the most influential band leaders of the era, Paul Whiteman, aka the King of Jazz.
Hello, Charlie. Hello, Paul. Where's the band?
The portly
I have to say, hey, listen, for the next 72 hours, I need you to not look at the account.
Don't look at the account.
That's my life.
Uh-huh.
And she knows, why are you doing something squirrely?
Yeah.
No, she knows, oh, you want to surprise me.
Uh-huh.
My surprises are like,
You gotta reveal a little of the surprise.
but I'm not griping about it. I'm
No,
saying,
it's great.
I just think human nature, left to its own devices, none of us are above doing something dumb, immoral, whatever. And I just think that when we talk about combining finances,
It's accountability.
and I like that we're going down the rabbit hole on this. I'm spending a little time on this because sometimes I want people to understand why we have a principle. And the principle that we teach here at Ramsey about joint finances isn't just about, being responsible.
Mhm.
It's also to keep you from wrecking your life.
You need somebody to go, what? What were you thinking about doing?
You just spent what on what?
Take it back. Yeah,
So-
100%.
Because when you have the separate accounts, what doesn't change is that you do have a shared life. But a shared life with separate accounts, to me,
It's not a
feels
shared
like
life.
a recipe for tension. Right?
It's not fully shared.
I agree with you. I agree.
There's just something about it because if Sam had his own account, I would just wonder I would wonder, what are you spending your money on? Not that he's a great guy. I have no reason to assume he's spending money on bad things, but to not know and
You know what?
and to not be told is like, why would you withhold information that is easily shared is basically what I'm saying.
So that it creates something that may not even be there.
Yes.
But just by the very nature of, well, I've got my thing
Yes.
and all this kind of stuff. One of my favorite stories, Sam just told me recently. So you guys in your budget, Sam and I told you this. I'm not gonna.
I know where this is going.
Well, I'm not gonna share that part unless you want to share it. But Sam and I were having cigars recently. He was telling me that you guys, like a lot of couples, you guys have your budget and it's his money.
Yeah.
Like you have. Do you
His
call
and
it
hers money?
his and her?
His and hers fun money.
Yeah, it's fun money. And he said, I'll go months and months and months without spending it.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, I'll just hold it aside,
Yeah.
not use it at all, and then go buy something really big.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yes.
And it reminded me of how there's the individuality. Because you
Yeah.
guys have decided ahead of time, this is my money, this is your money, and he may not spend it for months and months. And he told me this story because he went out and did something. And even then he was telling me, he was like, do you think that's crazy? And I go, not at all.
No.
I said, I think that's a massive flex.
Yeah, and when
Thank
he
you.
told me, he goes, I thought that you were going to think this is the dumbest thing anybody could spend their money on. I said, I don't think that at all.
Yeah. And I said, it's not dumb. I said, you know why? Because this thing you're doing is going to be a memory that your entire family will talk about 50 years from now.
He bought an original Ninja Turtles suit from the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in the day.
For family Halloween, comes downstairs. Kids haven't seen it. He looks like he walked off a movie set.
Yeah, and my kids, they'll never forget it. It was a great memory.
And it was expensive.
Yes,
But
it was.
he saved it up in his stock drawer for months. And that's how it works. Good on Sam, right?
Good for him,
I
yes.
love it.
Your radio home for the Dave Ramsey. Due to licensing restrictions, this station is not.
Support for KSMU programming is provided by community partner Arndt & Company, certified public account.
loss when that person becomes something else, equally good, but you're missing the other person. You know what I mean?
I do. I know exactly what you mean. I have two kids, two boys who are 10 and 12. And same thing, except my time horizon for the nostalgia is much shorter than yours because they're younger. And also, being the parent of very young children, I found to be very difficult. I love them so much. They were so, so cute, but I was so, so tired all the time. So I like to look at a picture that just of their cute little cherubic faces, and then I don't remember all the sleep deprivation.
Yes.
So the algorithm
Just the good
works
stuff.
and that it feeds me the good stuff. Right, exactly. But no, I know when you sit and you daydream about that, all those moments, and you're